So without further ado, and straight into our next speaker, Naomi Lopez is from BTTV, and she's going to come up and join us on stage to talk about how digital transformation within BTTV is helping them to succeed in this changing world. So please, round of applause for Naomi Lopez. Nice music. There we go. There's a green button.
Thank you. Hello. Good afternoon. It's quite funny that I'm talking about digital transformation and I'm bringing my handwritten notes, but yeah, let's keep them close. Yeah, I'm here to talk to you about digital transformation and how can it help businesses to get better, and all of us to get better. So you may be familiar with the motto, you think big, you get big. But today we live in a world that is constantly changing. There's a lot of information. There's a lot of new opportunities for all of us in our day-to-day life. And at the same time, our companies started to go digital and started to collect more data. So nowadays we are seeing that they get a lot of information from customers, lots of information from competitors, market changes, all the news, everything taking place at the same time. So there are lots of open questions. And probably the motto makes more sense if it moves to you get big data and then you think big. It's like digitalization is enabling us to create that space to be able to stop and think, which nowadays seems so difficult in our day-to-day lives. So disruption is the new black. We saw in the examples that Luke provided before how new business models arose and went successful in a very short time, while others were really struggling. And actually, these days we are living a real crisis in the retail sector. We are seeing since 2013, 1 in 5 shops in UK closed. And this is due to many factors. There are economical factors, etc. But definitely doing the things that they were doing in the past was contributing to this. And staying behind in digital transformation has had a great cost for these companies. Does this mean that these companies are meant to disappear? No. It only means that these companies are encouraged or are entitled to review their business model and to move into something completely different. For example, we see the Toys R Us example that Luke presented before. That was hurtful for me to see, because when I was a kid, I liked a lot Toys R Us and everything, but this is not working anymore. Today, people are looking for personal experiences. First of all, experiences that make us feel something different. But going into a huge store and wandering around looking for the perfect gift for our niece or nephew is not what we are expecting to do, and we don't even have the time. And that is one of the reasons why that model is not working. So on this, you would wonder, 1 of 5 clothes shops closed in this period since 2013. What came in those stores? Most of the cases, they open hair salons, nail salons, or beauty salons, and that is because that is telling us that the customers are looking for a tangible experience, something that they can get on them, and live, and also make them feel differently, make them feel good, like a haircut. A good one will make your day, a bad one will kill your whole 2 months or whatever. So then I'm going to give you an example of how one traditional shop can do with digital transformation and being good at being digital. Providers are giving all the technology and all the innovation that can help this type of businesses to to get the best of their big expertise and the best of the service that they are providing, and move into something new that don't only compete with the e-commerce retailers, but also give the customer something extra. So, for example, let's see a wine shop. I cannot think of more traditional businesses, especially being Spanish. So you have the old shop. It has cost with the rent. It has cost with the staff. It has cost due to the stock that they have. But if they have a good digital positioning, they will start to compete with e-commerce retailers. But the new technologies also enable this business to move one step forward and maybe ahead of that competition. What if this shop starts to providing you a real-time service? So let's say I'm scrolling in my tablet, I'm looking for the wine that I want for tonight's dinner, and all of a sudden I click on one of those, and someone on the other side appears, someone who really understands of wines, is the staff in this shop, and gives me advice and tells me, oh, I see you are clicking on this type of wine. We have these options, and all of a sudden I see them in my laptop, in my tablet. I click on one, and he's telling me, I think this is a very good decision, or maybe I suggest you to go for this other, and give you some reasons. And this is hitting in all the boxes that we as customers are looking for at the moment, which is value, convenience, and also experience, especially experience. And on the business side, that business owner can reduce some cost. Maybe they don't want to go with the physical shop anymore, or maybe they want to explore other business lines, as providing wine tasting in the shop, which is again an advantage with their competitors. So something that we are doing is, and something that this new combination of technology and digitalization enables, is to put customer first. So we now live with ecosystems. Everything is connected. Everything is connected, even if it's not provided by the same companies. And we as customers have very high experience, because there are some businesses that are doing great. So we cannot tolerate anymore to call to a call center and being told, oh, call tomorrow because our systems are not getting updated. It's like, really? Are you kidding me? So we are enabling that to stop, but also we are enabling companies to get on top of the game and be able to predict when customers are starting to change their behaviors, are starting to move patterns, so they can communicate more effectively with them at the right time and using the right channels. This is also enabling us to put not only our customers but our employees first, because with the correct systems you will find that the company, when in a call center, let's say, they need to be attending a very pissed off customer, they're empowered because they have the right knowledge in the right time about the problem, and they can do a proper diagnostics. And additionally, in most of the cases, those customers won't need to bother to call, because their problem would have been identified much earlier, and they will be proactive on fixing it, so the customer won't be bothered. But this goes beyond what we can do in our businesses and what we can do for our customers and employees. This goes for us, as we are all in the middle of this change, of this technology change, information change, and this can also help us to face the biggest problems that we have, in the humanity, as for example, the climate change. So I learned recently that the fashion sector is the second most impacting on the environment. this makes sense. 4 seasons, and then you go to shops, and in 2 weeks' time you have a complete set of clothes, and 85 of them end up in the bin and incinerated. By applying different technologies, as for example augmented reality, we can move into completely new models of creation, of production, and also of stock management. So let's say, what if you already know your customers' needs since the beginning, and you know exactly what is the production that you need to have, and you can do that with big data. You can also apply augmented reality instead of having all the clothes in the figurines. So if I walk in the street, I may walk past a store, and I may be seeing a dress for a wedding that by chance they know that I have next summer and that I was looking for, and they may show that to me in augmented reality. It doesn't, the dress doesn't need to be there. They can, now we are providing the right level of speed and the right level of latency for the images to look so real that we don't even need the things to be there, and we will be seeing that. So to me, it looks like we need to start thinking that we need to all this digitalization, all this automation to happen. It comes to help us, but it cannot replace us. The computers can think and learn, can process data better and faster than we do, but they don't have imagination, they don't have creativity, they don't have emotion, and they don't have empathy as to realize what is important and what can really make an impact. So, and I think I'm ahead of time. So from this talk, what I would like you to get is, it's important to get the data, the right innovation, embrace that to get ahead of the game with transformation, and then be able to create that space to think in order for you to think bigger. And when you do that, don't forget to dream even bigger. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Naomi.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Just one question.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. That's come up from the audience. And I'm going to combine a couple of questions here, and they're good. They're challenging the concept of experience. Mm-hmm. So do customers really want an experience above all else? Mm-hmm. Uber, the archetypal disruptor, but isn't their success due to value and convenience? And I suppose I'll add a little bit to that and say, well, what's the difference between good value and convenience that provides a good experience and some of these higher technology options that you've put forward?
Well, my view is that a good experience is either providing something that makes you think, wow, in the sense of bringing you something new, or that it fixes a problem much better than anybody else. And to me, that is exactly what Uber does. So I don't know about you, but I was the one that always had to stop at an ATM when I was in a taxi to get cash to pay. And that was really inconvenient, because if I was in a taxi, I was probably very late. So when Uber arrived, and I don't even need to bother about having my card with me, it's really good. And that to me is also a wow experience. It doesn't need to be bringing you something fantastic. Yeah, it's just also saying, oh, come on, this is so brilliant. This makes my life so easy, because our lives are complicated now enough.
Indeed. So sometimes it's just making things easier, taking the friction out of them. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Cheers.